into the season of festivities. We had Thanksgiving holiday and we visited with our families, but now we're getting into the true reason for the season, and that is the birth of Christ. Many of us are planning our musicals, planning our cantatas, or we want to do some kind of Christmas service. In this video, I'll give you maybe 3 things that you could consider, right? Just consider. It's not mandatory, but consider while you are in the process of preparing for those services. Stay tuned. Hi, this is your girl, Angela Elaine, and Merry Christmas. Yes, it is time for the Christmas music. Jingle bells, jingle bells. Yes. But anyway, before we get into this video, I need you all to do me a favor, subscribe. I thank you all so much for sharing the word. I thank you so much for all of your questions and comments and your recaps. I am so thankful, because you don't have, number one, you don't have to watch me. No. And number 2, it encourages me and let me know that I am positively affecting someone and encouraging them to continue in the music ministry. I'm getting tongue here because I'm so excited. Yes. But to continue in the music industry or the gospel music ministry, should I say, or you're interested. So these videos are for those who are beginners. So keep sharing, keep loving on me and sharing, and I will do my best to address every question, every comment that you may have. And if it's something that I read and I think that is something more intriguing or it would benefit other people, then I'll do a video on it. How about that? Number 1, select a theme. Never do a musical and just willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? You just go, oh, well, we're going to have a musical. And everybody's like, so what's your theme? And you're like, well, we don't need a theme. Yes, you need a theme. That thing could be something that you came up with, an idea, a concept, or you can center your musical theme around a particular song. That could be your opening song, right? But you want to choose a theme just in case you decide to have a speaker, then everything will kind of flow. You don't want things to be helter-skelter, like all over the place. Like nobody sat down to take the time to even think about this. We're talking about Jesus Christ, okay? So we want to just make sure, and God likes things done decently and in order. So we want to choose a thing that is, and you can do this even when it's not Christmas. You can, whatever, if you want to choose a spring musical or a summer musical or whatever, Labor Day musical, whatever. But at this time, we're talking about Christmas. And you want to pick something that is has something to do with Christmas or the Advent, or you just, just in general, but make sure you select a theme. It just makes it better, and it gives people an idea to focus on. If you're one of those churches like ours that has decorations and all of this kind of stuff, and you create poster boards and stuff, you want to give them some kind of idea, right, of what the theme is, so everything can center around it. Number 2, make sure you select songs that make sense, right? Don't just pick a song because it's popular, or you pick a song because it's a Christmas song or whatever. Be selective in what you pick. And the reason being, a lot of people don't know this, but when you have a musical of any sort, your songs should make sense. They should tell a story by themselves. It's like, okay, you start with, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, and then you go into Away in a Manger. And then you may go to Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. It kind of tells a story of the process of time. God rest ye merry gentlemen, whatever you want to sing. Or the favorite of Christmas is Dr. Ricky Dillard's Joy. I come that you might have like more. You want to make sure that it makes sense. And organize your songs in a format. Have a plan. Are you going to start? It depends on how your service starts. If you go the traditional route with the Old Testament, the New Testament, and all of these different readings and all of this kind of stuff like that. Then if you're going to have all of that and then you're going to have speeches to start off, then guess what? Your first song needs to be a happy one. Needs one because people have sat through all this talking, so they've gotten in their seats and they're kind of slumped. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like, okay, it's just talking. So you need to sing something to bring them in. Something that gets them involved, something to make them clap their hands and kind of move around and get with the program. Synchronize your songs, work with that department, and make sure that your songs, if you're doing a Christmas service and you got speeches, interject the appropriate songs in between the speeches. And generally, I pick songs that the congregation can sing, right? When we open, I may sing something that the choir sings, or the triettes, the little female group we have, they may sing. But in between there, to get the audience to participate, I'll sing other Christmas songs that they are more accustomed to. Yeah, it is a process to think. Don't, and you'll be surprised when you sit down and you actually coordinate and correlate the songs with your theme, with the speeches, with the theme of the speeches. The program will have a fullness to it. It'll make sense. Every musical should be, like I said before, should tell a story. And we're doing the Christmas season. Everything that you do should tell a story. Don't just rush and do a lot of things. Don't do that. Take your time and think. You should have already done something, but some of us are late. Some of us are late, so we won't go there. That's a whole nother show. But now you want to sit down and actually take the time to think, because as always, you want people to come back. When they know that your church is having a musical or a Christmas service, you want it to be, oh yeah, the last time I came we did this and we were excited and blah 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 blah. And we want to pick songs, not only that the audience knows, but you want to kind of mix it up. You don't want to do the same songs over and over every year. And then people kind of like, humdrum. No, you want to take your time and pick things. Go by the Spirit. Just pray and say, what song would be better for this season as opposed to what we did last year? Now, there may be a couple of favorites that you can pull out of the hat, but as a whole, you try to introduce new Christmas music, things that are enhanced, that people will remember, and also give it shift the whole atmosphere of everything. Number 3, finally, don't let your program be too long. You can't get everybody, all your aunties, all your cousins, all your friend from over here that's got a choir and a friend from long way over there, because you got to make sure that the musical or the service is not too long, right? You want to get everybody in, sing all the songs, sing all the speeches, and yet have enough time. You don't want to drain the people. I know, people talk about that, but, when people do a whole lot of talking, people tend to drift off and go off, whatever. And then if you have too much singing, there is such thing as having too much singing, that people kind of be like, then you see this mass exodus. People start leaving because you're going too long. Time your program, okay? Yeah, now if the Spirit of God takes over and the praise break out, that's fine. But then you may have to cut some of the songs off. Even if the Spirit of the Lord comes in and he takes over and he blesses everybody, then you still can't if you got 7 songs planned and the Spirit came in and an hour left, well, you got to kind of amend a little bit. Cut some of those little, other songs out or whatever. We try to amend, because you don't want things to be too long where people start to lose interest and then they start to walk away. You don't want that. You want people to always have an enjoyment. So number 1, you want to make sure you pick a theme and stick to that theme. Don't change it. Announce to everybody what the theme is. Number 2, you pick songs that tell a story. Don't just pick anything, but you want to pick songs that tell a story that makes sense to the reader, to the listener, that as they're going through each song, okay, I kind of understand the train of thought. And that makes a big difference in your presentation. And number 3, don't let the program be too long. Like I said, you can't have everybody on the program. No, we try. You want a good representation. And sometimes in that case, especially when you have a church that has a lot of family, you may get one person from each family if you got a lot of families, because you can't do everybody. So you have to kind of pick, or you kind of do group things. Maybe let the youth choir sing a lot or something. Try to do something to incorporate everybody. But you can't, in that sense, but you can't have everybody doing everything on the program, because it'll get too cumbersome and too long, okay? So you have to be wise when you do those things, because you really want to make a powerful impact. During this season, we get the CEM people, all right? Christmas, Easter, and Mother's Day. That's the only time they graciate the church. So you got to make an impression. You got to hit it and wake them up. And maybe they won't wait till Easter to come back, or Easter first, then Mother's Day. They won't wait that long to come back. They'll come back because A, they felt the Spirit. Number 2, the service made, some kind of sense They enjoyed everything. They can tell that you put yourself into it. You didn't just throw something together. People can tell, and they enjoyed it, and they want to come back. It's all witnessing. It's all witnessing and working for the kingdom. Music ministry is about working for the kingdom. And whatever we do, we should take the time to think and do our best. I hope I said something to help you, because it kind of helped me, because I've been kind of slow on my stuff too. But do me a favor, like and share and subscribe, and share this video with your friends, just to give them an idea of what they can think about while they're preparing for their Christmas services and or their musicals. And if you're doing a cantata, I'm sure you have referred. I have another video for that, because that's a whole nother level of work. But you can use this as a base to get you started. Love all y'all. Have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to keep saying that on every video that I do this month until Christmas passes, and then I'll start saying Happy New Year. Anyway, love y'all, and peace.